That's nuts.
But my phone was broken, and it was $600 for the screen and then $250 for the.
Good. Something you guys to know is as soon as you come into space, Christine is here.
Home primarily with the boys. When we first started kind of dating, we both expressed that, aside from, pediatrician appointments, test to this kind of disconnect from the. I found myself kind of just lost. I was just, since I was 9, volleyball since I was 12, all of it. So we know that everything that we experience is at the simple fact that this human was built inside of you.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like, I went through that a little bit with my first, but with each kid.
You and the people in.
This person has been doing yoga for years, and this person's been doing it for.
Towards that and almost create that space together.
Yes.
I said this our last, or I guess the deeper parts of ourselves. You can't just do on your own something to teach. Was that just something that
my body doesn't do those things? Be healthy. Mm-hmm. I like to think I'm magic. Like, this body is just constantly working, and then you end up with the depression and the anxiety and the woe is me. And I've been there.
Yeah. Figure out, like, what different ways can I understand where this
transmission goes on your car. Don't try and fix that thing in my drive.
It's like, please,
right?
Like, so you just open how this works.
It's counter with my husband and I, because I grew up in this trauma-filled, and see that, first of all, I could be the problem.
Yeah.
First, constantly perpetuating in my own life. It's actually because I refuse to. My husband had this massive shift. We had this massive these
be like processed and let go and keep the things so that I can a bit more to do with like the face itself, right?
Yeah. So just to kind of go back a couple steps, once my husband and I sorted out our relationship and things within our household were happy, I started to notice that my body wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So I was really deep in my yoga practice as I tried an antidepressant. Lo and behold, the chemical worked. Imagine that. But there was still something. I even went so far as to specifically ask for a mammogram. So that was in January of 2020 for me. And I knew exactly what it was. And I went to my husband. I showed to keep as much of my own tissue as I could. And then before the age of 50, the odds of recurrence go up like tenfold. And then it's like, that's not even graduation. It's not even consecutive weeks. Like, how is this possibly going to happen? But he told me to do it. And my class called them, and I was like, is there any way that on this planet who knows you better than you?
Yeah.
And for some reason, post-care rather than the preventative fall and not land on my face.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like look good.
I'm trying to in a stretch and like, I was walking. That's where I came from.
Oh, you came from your hood. All of the noise, witness. You're just a witness.
And you've practiced this. You've learned your body.
And then just notice the food in your mouth. And the saliva. And notice the smells. Human being. Just be right here for a moment. To do a yoga practice where it's just you and I, nourished. Right?
Yeah.
I want
like in the Philippines, the times that I've gone, it's what order in which I want to use them and how well those kind of are together.
Sometimes I will avoid depending on the skin type. And then there's a nourished and looking at it as like a scientist, you put that on your face, it's just so then you wonder why you can't
time. So
and when you think about the density of particles and products compared to
100%, certain things,
100%, it just kind of happened. Splints I've had to wear and that kind of stuff. That's not me. That's not things that we are needing. They didn't have them either.
And that's why things start to come up in the minds.
You feel like you are perfect exactly as you sit in the end of a yoga class was, I can't believe I just did that. Releasing, trying in a way that is different than me because it's good. Can you